Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new, hey. If you are a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, how are you? So, this is my little fish tank that we have. We have to do a tank change, and I think the catfish or someone is pushing the plants around, so they're looking a little wonky, so we need to fix those. And these are our new babies. These are our new friends to the tank. We've got a couple more catfish. There's one hanging out in there. Actually are starting a brand new tank that you'll see in just a minute. It is much bigger for them, so we're gonna split up the guys in here, and I think we're going to put the catfish in one tank and separate them. And here it is. This is our brand new, beautiful, much bigger tank that we have in our living room. This is what it looks like. I'm trying to show you in good lighting, so I hope I do a good job. We love it. This is it. Right after my boyfriend set it all up, there's nothing in it yet, just water and the colorful silicone, fake plants. We don't have any real plants in here yet. We're debating on putting real plants in them because in our first tank that I just showed you, we ended up getting several snails. And that happens when you buy real plants. Sometimes they hide inside. And so what happened is we ended up getting a few tiny baby snails that are now growing up. And so I really don't want to get rid of them because they're so tiny and cute. So we're going to keep them, and we're just going to keep them separate, maybe with the other fish. So this is the tank from up above with the lid open. It is gorgeous and it reminds me of Nemo. I wish that this was a saltwater tank so that we could have uh, like little saltwater fish, but this is not a saltwater tank. Maybe someday. Those are very expensive. But this is what the tank looks like with the lights off. I think it is so cool looking. The tips of the silicone little fake plants have like glow or like some sort of glow paint or something to them that is obviously safe for bee fish. And so I wanted to show you what that looked like, at night with no lights off, or excuse me, excuse me, no lights on. And this is what actually these are, is this one of our new babies? I think that's one of the first catfish that we had or that we got, but they're not glow. And the one on the right is a new baby. And I think I had to get it on camera. I thought it was so funny that they were kind of head to head. But yeah, this is the next day. This is what the tank looks like in the day with not a lot of lighting on. The lights on the tank are not on at all. And I just wanted to show you this guy in here. They love the new tank. We bought a couple of new fish and catfish. And look at him. He loves it in there. For some reason, they love like sleeping inside of them, those little silicone plants. I just thought that that was so funny. So I am finally going to use my little ghost figurine mold. It took a bunch of resin. I'm not going to lie. If you do get this resin, just be prepared to use a lot of resin. It used more resin than what I thought. I probably won't be making any more of those. Or maybe, I don't know, eventually someday I might make another one just because now I know kind of how to deal with it. I do want to try to get some more. It depends on, I have been really experimenting with molds, and I love using molds, especially when it comes to resin. Now, I've got a bunch of molds, and you just have to be careful when you are getting molds because for some reason, and I'm not sure what it is, when your mold isn't as translucent as maybe my bead, one of my bead molds is like really clear. When you get these molds that are a little bit kind of cloudy looking, you will get them for some reason not to kind of cure all the way through. I don't know what that's about, but that's what was happening to me. So I either had to flip the mold over and kind of cure it for a couple minutes longer. And then when I took it out, it was still uncured. So just be very careful if you are using these molds. Make sure that you flip it around. And I probably cured the entire mold for 20 minutes each. So when you're using this stuff, make sure that you are being very careful. Of course, make sure that you are wearing, your protective stuff. So make sure that you are being protected. I am being very careful popping these things out because some of them did come a little bit, you know, still wet, like not cured yet. So I was being very, very careful. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that was about. And I definitely cured it for way more than probably directions say. So again, I don't know. I'm not sure why the light wasn't trans, what am I trying to say? Not transporting. It wasn't, what am I saying? It wasn't getting through all the way through as you can see here. See, I'm getting a little bit of sticky. So I'm not sure what that was about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the light again over these little guys so they can, I can be sure that they do cure. And I did coat the fronts and backs of some of them off camera, along with a lot of the other ghosts that you will see in the mold. I don't know why penetrate. That's the word. I'm sorry if that's a strong word, but the light is not kind of penetrating through the mold, and I'm not sure why. And as you see, the mold is flipped upside down. Before or after, excuse me, it was cured several times on the front. So I'm not sure what that was about. I really shouldn't be touching these or handling these, but I'm just trying to show you really quickly what they look like before I go ahead and cure them again. I'm curing something off to the side as we speak, but I'm just going to pop out the rest of these and try not to touch them at all, just in case there is some uncured gel. And I'm just going to flip it around carefully. Like I said, I did cover the front and back of some of them, and I took them out, and I'm still going to cure them again for another couple of minutes after I pop them out. You don't necessarily have to do that all the time, but when you get molds that sometimes the light kind of doesn't travel through, you still need to go ahead and cure the piece maybe another couple of minutes when it is outside of the mold. That would just be my recommendation, just to make sure that the piece is fully cured. Let me know what you think. Resin art is so much fun, but it can be a little bit finicky. I would recommend to start off with really small pieces if this is the first time that you are working with resin. I think beads is probably a really good place to start. I have been trying to make my own beads, but I think I'm going to start or stop using the pigments that I have for resin. For some reason, even if I'm using like a half a drop or a drop, which is literally nothing, I'm still getting really tacky pieces, and I'm making sure that I am mixing it up really nicely, excuse me. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I think I'm gonna maybe take a little break from the pigments, and maybe I can use them in something else, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to use them for something, but I think I'm going to maybe stop using them in resin because they are not behaving as I thought that they would. Some of them are a little bit thicker than others, which I don't know if it's affecting the resin. I'm not sure at all, but maybe I will try to get some other pigments, or I'll just get the resin that's already colored. That might be a better idea. Before next time when I run through the next bottle and a half of resin that I have, maybe I'll look into that. So right now we are going to pop out the big figurine, the ghost that I did make. I am going to pop it out so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. For some reason, the glow powder that I used didn't really get all the way around. It kind of just sat at the top of its head, which it makes it look like a little light. But I did want the glow powder to kind of move all the way around. I did mix a little bit of white pigment in as well, but I didn't want to mix too much because I wanted to avoid bubbles as much as possible, because I really didn't want to get so many bubbles. And I am actually holding up the ghost to light right now, and it doesn't have too many, like there aren't big bubbles. There might be a few micro micro bubbles, but there aren't many bubbles in the Ghost. I eventually think that maybe I want to glaze the entire thing all over again because there are certain spots here and there that I would probably like to fix. But all in all, I think it looks really, really good. The face came out really adorable. I am going to show you in a minute of what it looks like glowing. But yeah, I think it came out really, really cute. I feel like this is probably one of the only ways to show you it glowing by me going to a dark area, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. I know you can't really see much. You can just see the glow, and that's the whole point. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like glowing. So I'm trying to show you in different lighting what it looks like. We're coming up to the end of the video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like these resin videos. Resin is something that I have been working with for a very long time, and I took a quite of a big break from it, and I'm getting back into it. We've got a couple more molds to play around with. We have another bead mold. And we also have another mold here that I wanted to use that's like clouds and raindrops and a little moon and rainbow and stars, and we can make like little charms, but we've got to like connect the pieces. I just thought that that would be a lot of fun. So that might be something that we will do next. And in the meantime, I'm going to look for some more fun molds. Let me know what you think about all of these creations. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.